I'm 27, and I work the night shift at a gas station off a lonely stretch of highway in Arizona. We're open 24/7, but honestly, we might as well close after 1 a.m. Most nights, we don't get a single customer between then and sunrise. It's usually boring. Just me, some energy drinks, and the hum of the coolers. But over the past month, something's been happening during my shift, always between 2:10 and 2:20 a.m. That's when she shows up. The first time, I didn't think anything of it. She walked in like anyone else, late 30s maybe, long black hair, white dress, barefoot. Looked spaced out, not high or drunk, just blank. She didn't say anything, just stood in front of the fridge doors, staring at the glass for like 5 minutes. Then she turned and left. Didn't buy anything, didn't even look at me. Weird, but I've seen weirder. The next night, same time, she came back, did the same thing, stood in the exact same spot, same expression, same dress, same everything. Except this time I swear she was mouthing something. Not out loud, just moving her lips like she was whispering to the glass. I stepped out from behind the counter and said, "Hey, you okay?" She didn't react, just turned, walked out, barefoot on the asphalt. I watched her on the security feed. She walked across the lot and just kept going. No car, nothing around for miles. Third night, she came again. I tried to be ready for it, tried to get her on video with my phone. But as soon as I hit record, the screen glitched, froze up, wouldn't save the clip. I checked the security footage later, and I swear to you, it cut out right before she entered the store. Just a second of static, then she was gone. By the fourth night, I was starting to feel legit uneasy. This wasn't someone just passing through. She was coming here, for something. And every night, it was the exact same time, 2:14 a.m. So I did something dumb. The next night, I waited near the fridge doors. She came in like clockwork. I got close, real close, and I said, "Why do you keep coming here?" She turned to me, and for the first time, I saw her eyes. They were wrong, not glowing or demonic or anything cliché, just empty, like she wasn't looking at me, but through me. Then she said something, clear as day. She whispered, "You forgot me." I backed up. I've never seen this woman in my life. She stepped toward me, and every instinct in my body said, "Run." So I did. Locked myself in the back room and waited until daylight. She hasn't come back since. But now, every night, just before 2:14, the lights near the fridge flicker once. Only once, like a warning. And I swear, sometimes I hear footsteps on the tile, and I never forget to lock the door anymore. I'm 26 and I bartend at a small bar and grill just outside a quiet town in Colorado. It's one of those places where the same regulars come in every day and you know them all by name. Nothing flashy, but usually safe. Especially on weeknights. Me and my coworker Jenna, who's 27, usually handle the closing shift together. By 11 p.m., it's dead, and we're usually cleaned up and out the door by midnight. A couple weeks ago, we were just wrapping up the last bit of cleaning when a guy came in around 10:40. He wasn't a regular. In fact, neither of us had ever seen him before. He looked like he was in his mid-40s. Shaved head, scruffy beard, wearing a dark hoodie and jeans. Nothing outwardly threatening, but something about his presence just felt off, like he was too calm, too still. He sat directly at the bar, even though every booth was empty. I walked over to him, gave my usual smile, and asked what he wanted to drink. He didn't smile back, just stared for a second, then muttered, "Whatever beer's on tap." I poured it, set it down, and gave Jenna a quick look. She had just come out from the back and saw him too. I could tell from her face, she got the same feeling I did. Something was up. He didn't say much, just drank slowly, eyes on me. Not glancing around, not watching the muted TV, just watching. Every time I turned, he was staring. At 11:05, I told him we were closed and couldn't serve anything else. He didn't argue, just stood up slowly and said, "All right, y'all have a good night now." And then he left. But he didn't really leave. We locked the doors and started closing out the register. Jenna peeked through the front window and whispered, "He's still out there." I walked over and sure enough, his car was in the lot, headlights off, just idling. We kept the doors locked and waited. After maybe 10 minutes, the headlights blinked on and he drove off. We gave it another 15 minutes before we left. I didn't feel great about it, but we needed to get home. Jenna offered to give me a ride since I lived a bit further out, and we didn't feel great splitting up. We chatted a little to calm down, but the whole drive felt tense. We didn't even realize we were being followed until she pulled into my driveway. That same car. It turned in behind us, parked halfway down the street, and just sat there. No headlights, no movement. We both froze. I told her not to get out. I reached into my purse, fumbling for my phone to call 911. But just before I could, the car slowly reversed and drove off. No plate, no stickers, no identifying marks. Just gone. We ended up sleeping at my place that night, both of us too shaken to drive back out. The next day, we went straight to the bar and pulled the security footage. We watched him walk in, sit at the bar, and just watch. Then we found the camera facing the parking lot. He hadn't left right away. He sat there for nearly 20 minutes before slowly pulling out. And sure enough, about a minute after Jenna's car left, his car followed. We showed the manager everything. He said he'd back up the footage and contact the cops, but without plates or anything, there wasn't much they could do. It wasn't like he broke in. He just made us feel unsafe, and that's not something easily proven. That was 2 weeks ago. We haven't seen him since. But I still feel it, like we were chosen, like he wasn't just passing through. I've started parking in different spots, checking my mirrors obsessively. Jenna got a security camera for her driveway. We don't know who he was or what he wanted. But the worst part is knowing he was right behind us, all the way home. And we didn't even see him until it was too late. I was 26, between jobs, and picking up random babysitting gigs to make ends meet. I'd worked for the Lovelace family once before, a nice house on the edge of town, quiet neighborhood, polite parents, and 2 kids, Max, 7, and Emily, 5. It went smoothly the first time. So when they asked me to cover a night shift, 6 p.m. to 2 a.m., I didn't think twice. It started off normal. We had dinner, watched a movie, and by 9, both kids were asleep upstairs. I was flipping through TV channels in the living room when I noticed something weird. The baby monitor next to me clicked. A quiet, static pop. Then I heard whispering. It wasn't coming from Max or Emily's room. It should coming from the hallway outside their doors. The audio was faint, glitchy, but it sounded like a woman humming. A lullaby. I muted the TV, the sound kept going. I grabbed the monitor and checked the camera feed. Both kids were asleep. Their doors were closed. But the camera that looked at the upstairs hallway, it showed someone standing just out of frame. Only the edge of a dress and long, stringy hair. I froze. I called out, "Hello? Mr. or Mrs. Lovelace?" No answer. Of course. They were at a corporate dinner in the city. I went upstairs slowly, armed with a fireplace poker I'd grabbed from beside the hearth. Every light I passed, I turned on. When I reached the top of the stairs, the hallway was empty. Both bedroom doors still shut. I checked both kids, still asleep, unharmed. I stood outside their doors for a while, just listening. Silence. Back downstairs, I checked the security system. Still armed. No doors or windows had opened. I sat back down, trying to shake the tension, when the power cut out. Total blackout. The monitor died with a soft pop, and my phone flickered to 2% battery. Then, the doorbell rang. It was nearly midnight. I peeked through the peephole. Nothing. But just as I turned away, another ring. Fast, like someone jabbing the button with urgency. I opened the door an inch, the chain still on, and peered outside. The porch light was off, but under the glow of a distant street lamp, I could make out someone standing at the end of the driveway. A woman, long black hair, barefoot, wearing what looked like a hospital gown, stained at the bottom. She wasn't facing me. She was facing the house, just standing there. I shut the door and locked every single window in the house. I texted the parents, no response. Called 911. Then, as I walked back into the living room, I heard the whispering again. Not from the monitor this time. From upstairs. I didn't go back up. I waited, huddled in the kitchen pantry with a kitchen knife, until I saw red and blue lights flash through the window. By the time the cops arrived, she was gone. No footprints. Nothing caught on the exterior cameras except static. They chalked it up to a prank or some local disturbed person. But here's what made my blood run cold. When the Lovelaces got home, I told them everything. The dad went pale. The mom just stared. After a moment, she whispered, "You saw her too?" They never called me to babysit again, and I never went back.